Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Gates of Krystalia, the card-driven isekai style tabletop role-playing game. It is available in 6 languages, and it has recently released the Last Deux advanced rulebook. This of course is the feature of this video. This is an optional expansion. It contains many things related to the world setting, solo rules, isekai tropes such as the beach trip, the school trip, the romance system, character development details, lots of good things, so definitely consider getting both the core book and the expansion. You will find them in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is proudly sponsored by pt2 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their recent release of Final Frontier. This is a streamlined sci-fi tabletop RPG where you get to explore space for justice, for profit, for both. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, of course, I am continuing the review series featuring Gates of Krystalia, Last Deux. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review series featuring this expansion, please check out the playlist in the description below. You will also find the reviews of the core book there, the other parts of the review series. In this particular video, we are going to talk about narration, the narration section. In this section, you will find details concerning story seeds, or rather adventure seeds. Of course, you end up with a story at the end of the day, but you're not telling a story about the game. So you have definitions on what is a narrative seed. It gives clear direction, creates natural conflict. It opens multiple paths and links to character goals. And it goes pretty deep on each of those 4 aspects, about the threats to confront, the goals to achieve, the mysteries to unravel, and how to handle the different challenges. You also have details on how to choose the right seed. For example, the type of seed that the players in your group will enjoy, the nuances concerning the duration of the adventure, and how to develop the seed, the ramifications and the complications that could arise. You also have details on the 3 questions that a game master or deuce should ask himself or herself before running the session, or even the campaign. What experience do you want to offer? What kind of meaningful choices do you want to give as well? And how to take things from theory to practice, and how to divide the story, or rather the adventure, in acts or arcs. You have a story arc, but you could have acts between. Now, when it comes to the story structure, this is all about the hook, the moment that tears heroes from their everyday life and pushes them into the adventure, along with key principles such as you must be immediate and engaging. You should touch on personal motivations. You also have details on how to handle the progression of the hero's journey, presenting the situation, and then the players gather the initial information. You have this divided in acts. For example, in second act, there could be a development of subplots and significant discoveries, just so that in the third act, it ends up with a resolution of subplots, but also the main confrontation. You also have planning examples, dividing things with the act name, the objective, the obstacles, key non-player characters. You can also quickly generate adventures with a system employing typical poker cards. You can determine if it's a recovery mission, an investigation, the sort of conflict, if there is some sort of mystical element, a natural element, technological element, and you even have examples on how to use this subsystem. Now here, you also have clarifications at the table. Gates of Krystalia allows you to explore both the lighter aspects and the deeper ones of the heroes. You have details on the organization for the pre-campaign, that is, having a checklist identifying sensitive topics, definition of the general tone, establishing safety tools. Okay, you have a section here covering safety tools. Tabletop role-playing games are perfectly safe. If I die in an imaginary world, nothing is happening to me in real life. There is no danger. So this is not a concern of safety, it is a concern of comfort. Only Newborn Games, that publisher, Newborn Games with their tabletop RPG, Asylum, they are the only ones that I have seen with enough rationale to name this comfort tools. So, safety rules, wrongly named. Add logic. There is no danger. If you're having some sort of dangerous breakdown because something happened to your character, to your imaginary character in the imaginary world, please get professional help first and then enjoy tabletop RPGs, because the danger doesn't lie in tabletop RPGs, the danger lies in you. So yeah, this section is not very good in that regard. And you also have details on what happens after the session, how to handle a debriefing, the follow-up, considering the follow-up of the future sessions. And it says here, warning signs. If your players suddenly become very silent, if there is excessive nervous humor, if there is non-verbal discomfort. Well, like I said, it's good to consider those nuances, but it's usually on the part of the person. The person sometimes needs therapy. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we're going to continue taking a look at the narration section. This is a good section, but there are some things that could have been better fine-tuned. But overall, it still presents a good structure to how things will proceed. And I also think that it's great that they included that system or subsystem to generate adventure seeds using your cards. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, in tabletop role-playing games, it's not about what you want your characters to do. It's about what your characters are doing. Once again, thank you and see you later.